Hi, I'm back, and this is your video on lying. Um, what happens when you lie, and the gift that you bring yourself when you don't lie. So, from an authenticity standpoint, lying is the worst thing you could possibly do. I mentioned this in my video yesterday. So, when you lie to somebody, you create a false reality for them, and they don't even realize it. You set them up in a situation where they were making life choices based on a falsity, and they don't even realize it. So you're creating an alternate reality for them, one in which this falsity is true. And then you are, and then they are making life choices and basing their life choices around this reality that they believe is true and is not true. Depending on what the lie is and how much it impacts their life's choices, they could create an entire world based on this lie and not even realize it. So imagine for them, in finding out the truth, how devastating that is. Imagine how psychologically scarred they will be, and how angry with themselves they will be because they have allowed themselves to build an entire reality that's not true. There is so much manipulation and psychological harm done by lying to someone. So that's just what happens if you do lie. So that's for the other person's perspective. But for your perspective, when you lie to someone to maintain the love, for example, if as a child you lie to your best friend about your plans for the weekend because they want you to go to their party, but the popular kids are also having a party and you want to go to that without hurting your friend's feelings. So you lie to them about what your plans are for the weekend. Okay, so everything might seem fine, and maybe the other person doesn't ever realize it. So you feel like you're in the clear, but you know that you lied. And you know now that the person that loves you doesn't actually love you because they don't know who you are. Okay? You know in your head, this person loves me, but only because they believe this lie. And if they know the truth, then they wouldn't really love me anymore. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But in your head, that's the story now. Okay? So then there's resentment inside of yourself, all based on the lie that you told, not the other person. Now let's think about in a romantic relationship. In a romantic relationship, say you cheated on somebody, or no, let's not even go there. Let's say you lied about some job you used to have. Okay, you're trying to make yourself sound bigger, and they believe you, and they love you, and they're giving you love, regardless of the fact they would do that anyway, okay? In your mind, though, you can no longer receive that love, and you in fact begin to resent their love because you know that they don't actually love you. They love this image of yourself, of you that you created. Okay? So now you are resenting their love. They don't understand why they're feeling this from you and why you're not receiving their love. So there creates this whole tangled web of confusing energy of giving and receiving and taking, withholding, and resentment. And none of it is based on reality. So when you lie to someone to maintain the love, you are in fact ending your ability to receive love from that person. Now, what happens when you tell the truth? There is a tarot card that I always have in mind when it comes to matters of authenticity. It's the Tower card. So whether you're into cards or not, that doesn't even matter. It's the symbology here. So the Tower card shows two towers. One is in flames and crumbling to the ground. And then behind it is this beautiful new empire, I guess you'd say. And what that symbolizes is that you have to burn down all the stuff that's not real. Burn down all the stuff that is false for you and keeping you imprisoned in a false reality. When you burn all those things down, finally the beauty can shine through. Finally, you can create the world you actually are meant to live in. It's beautiful. It comes from destruction and mayhem, but ends in authentic beauty and life purpose. So when you begin to tell the truth, perhaps a bunch of your relationships fall apart, especially ones that have been built on codependent crap your whole life. Your longest relationships will probably burn away if this has been your operating state of being, okay? So you start to tell the truth and it gets ugly at first, but then once the dust settles, what happens is either the people that you were resenting because you didn't believe that they actually could love you, show you that they do in fact love you. And now you are free. You're like, you mean I can just be honest and be myself and you will love me? That's a thing. And you find out that it is a thing. Okay. Or alternatively, that all goes away because they didn't actually love you in the first place. And when it goes away, you leave a void of where all this stuff used to be, and it gets to be filled in. And what it's filled in with are the people, the situations, the opportunities that match your truth. Okay? So now you are aligning yourself with your truest self so that the people that recognize the beauty in that can find you. How can the people that you match, the situations that you match, the opportunities that you match just by being yourself, that's all you got to do. How can those people, things, how can they find you if you're never being yourself? They cannot. So you have the opportunity to either live in a world where you do not belong and you have to wear all these masks and pretend to be somebody else, and you know that it's not who you are or where you belong, but you're maintaining it for some reason, okay? You can live in that world full of resentment and not love, false love, or you can live in a world where you have courage to be yourself and find everything that you belong being involved in or with. Finding a world where you truly belong exactly the way that you are. You cannot find that if you are not willing to be honest. 100% honest. Loudly, boldly, courageously honest. That's how the people that match you are going to find you. And that's how the ones that don't match you are going to get the hell out of your life. It really is a beautiful process. It starts off rough. If any of you want some assistance in that process, it's my specialty. It's what I do, authentic life coaching. But I will tell you, don't undertake the process if you're not willing to go all the way, because it does start off with destruction, but it ends beautifully. But you have to have courage. Okay. All right. Bye.